If you're anything like how I was when I was a first-time mom, you're probably searching for all the tips and tricks to help your little one sleep better. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 things that you should avoid to help your child fall asleep quickly and independently. Hello, I'm Haley Hennahan with Littlesleepersanddreamers.com, and I am your pediatric sleep consultant. A lot of times you might hear all the things that you should be doing, you should be adding to help your little one sleep better. In this video, I'm going to tell you what you should be avoiding because it could be sabotaging all your hard work. So let's dive right in. The first thing you want to avoid is stimulation right before bed. Take a minute and think about if you just have a party and friends are over and then you have them leave and you quickly get into bed. Are you able to fall right to sleep? You probably need some time to unwind. Or maybe you have a late shift and you walk in the door and you get into bed and you need just a minute. It's the same way for children. If you have a house that is noisy with televisions on, that's okay, but they're gonna need some space, some time to unwind before they can fall asleep. The first thing I want to look at is televisions, screens, any kind of things that has blue light is prohibiting their body from making melatonin. Now remember, melatonin is the hormone that gets our bodies sleepy. So we want our bodies making melatonin before we go to sleep to help us fall asleep quickly and sleep through the night. So if your child is getting a lot of blue light and their body is not making that melatonin, they're going to have a hard time falling asleep. So at least 2 hours before bed, turn off all the screens and play on the floor together. Find fun things that you can do with your little one that doesn't involve a screen. It will help their body prepare for sleep. The other thing you want to look at is there a lot of noise in your house? If it is, that's fine. Noise might be fun. But when your little one is getting ready to go to sleep, if they come from a lot of noise, just like if you had a party and try to go to bed, they need a minute. They are not going to be able to fall right to sleep. So try to pull them into their room, pull them away from the noise before you get them into bed so that they are able to unwind before it is bedtime or before it is nap time. Another thing that could stimulate them is bright lights. There's a lot of lighting going on in your house, that's fine. But as bedtime draws near, maybe after dinner, go around and just lower the lights. Dim them so that it is a nice glow and not as bright as the house was during the day or even at dinner time, so that it is signaling to their bodies that it is time to start thinking about winding down and preparing for sleep. The next thing you want to avoid are sleep props. Now, what is a sleep prop? Sleep props are anything that your child relies on to fall asleep. So it could be nursing to sleep. I know a lot of people find that it is very easy to get their child to bed when they breastfeed their baby or even a bottle feed their baby to sleep. And while that might get them to sleep, it is enforcing that the only way they know how to fall asleep is while they are eating. So when they wake up, they're going to want that again, whether they're actually hungry or not. Another sleep prop is a pacifier. It is something that you have to do to help them with to go to sleep. Now you might say, my child doesn't need my help. He knows how to find it and put it back in his mouth. And while that is true, he's still waking up in the night to find it. You might do the scatter method where you have a bunch laying around the crib. He's still waking up, trying to find one before going back to sleep. And that leads to broken sleep. Think about If you are in bed and you are tossing and turning throughout the night and you look at the clock and it's 1 o'clock and then it's 2:30 and then it's 3 o'clock and then it's 3:15, and by the morning you wake up, are you feeling rested? Chances are you're probably just as exhausted as you were when you went to bed. That's how your little one is with a pacifier. When they lose that pacifier and they wake up to find it, they are not getting a restful night's sleep. So you definitely want to break that habit as soon as you can. Another one is rocking to sleep. Again, just like feeding to sleep, you are helping them fall asleep. They're going to rely on you to help them fall asleep every time they wake up. They aren't learning how to link those sleep cycles together by themselves. So you want to try putting them down awake or drowsy when they go to sleep and not rely on you to get them to sleep. Another one is you. You could be a sleep prop. If you are one that says, my child just can't fall asleep without me, I need to be in the room, whether you lay next to them as they fall asleep or you co-sleep, you are the sleep prop. You are needed for their sleep. And if you are the one that is laying next to them and then sneaking out after they fall asleep, what's going to happen in the night? I can almost guarantee you will find them in your bed or waking up calling for you because, again, they need you to go back to sleep. So these are sleep props, and these are things that are disrupting a consistent, solid night's sleep. You want to make sure that anything your child has to go to sleep is a constant. So a white noise machine that is playing all night long is constant and helpful. If you have something like music where the tracks start and stop, they get louder and quieter, unfortunately, it's going to disrupt their sleep. I know it is very common for people to think about how music, lullabies help children sleep, but in fact, it's not so helpful. So make sure that if you have sound, you are putting white noise on that is a constant sound throughout the whole night, and not music that starts and stops and has all these different things that could disrupt their sleep. The next thing you want to avoid is outings. Now, I know it is very hard, especially if you have multiple children, to stay home all the time while your little one is taking their naps. It can be hard and sometimes impossible, but the best you can, really try to stay home and give them that crib nap, because that is where they are getting the most restorative sleep. Remember, we don't just want them sleeping, we want them getting that restorative, solid sleep. When they wake up, they are not tired. They are ready to continue their day or start their day. Now, if you have a little baby, yes, your baby can sleep on the go, and that is normal and fine. But if your child starts to become older, typically around 5 or 6 months, they start to become more aware of things. And it gets harder and harder for them to sleep on the go. And when they're not able to sleep on the go, they stay awake when they should be napping, and then they get overtired. And if you know, overtired children have a hard time settling, hard time falling asleep and staying asleep, and then they get into this overtired cycle. So when you absolutely have to, sure, go ahead, do your errand, do your doctor's appointment, pick up those kids from school, whatever has to happen, such as life. But when you can stay home, try to make it a big priority to really revolve around your child's nap schedule, because that is going to keep them out of that overtired state. And you are going to be so thankful you did, because you will have a much happier baby. The next thing to avoid is giving in. When your child is not falling asleep, I know how frustrated it can be. You really just want to do anything possible to find that quick, simple, easy solution to get them sleeping. And that's where sleep props come in, because it is something that gets them to sleep. But once you give in, it's going to become a pattern and they're going to start expecting it. And then you'll find yourself in their room for half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, every time they need to go to sleep, rocking them, and then carefully putting them into the crib so that they don't wake up. Is that how you want to spend your time? Is that how you want to spend your day? I'm sure as a busy mom, there are so many other things that you could be doing to spend your time instead of rocking and rocking and rocking your child to sleep. Now, yes, I know you love your little one. I know a lot of you probably even enjoy it, and that's great. I loved the time when I bonded with my little one rocking him to sleep. But I also know that it was not helping him become a great sleeper. I then had to shift the time of when I bonded with him. So I still get wonderful time bonding with him, but it doesn't take away from his great nights of sleep. If you give in just a little bit, they're going to take it and run with it. They're going to make that the new expectation. Think of a little child who wants some ice cream. Now, it might be right before dinner and mom says no. And the little boy just screams and cries and drops to the floor. And mom is trying to work hard, making dinner, getting things on the table. And this little boy just won't give up. And all he wants is ice cream. And he might fuss and pout and kick and scream. And finally, mom's stress level is just so high that she stops what she's doing. She goes to the freezer, gets out the ice cream, and gives it to him just so she can get some peace and quiet. Did it solve the issue? Well, sort of. The little boy got his ice cream. Mom got her peace and quiet. But now the little boy learns. Next time he wants ice cream, he's going to have to kick and scream and cry for at least that long to get what he wants. Is that what you want to be teaching your child when it comes to sleep? Or would you like to guide them to fall asleep independently where they don't need you? The more that you stand your ground, the better sleeper they will be. And I also want to point out, I am not talking about cry it out. I know that a lot of parents hear the word sleep training and they immediately think cry it out. I don't believe in that method. I know that it does work for some, but I think it is a little too harsh. I don't want to do that with my kids, and so I wouldn't expect you to do it either. So I am not talking about leaving them in their room to scream and cry and do all of that. There are methods and there are strategies to use to help them fall asleep, but stick to it. You don't want to be giving them that pacifier or letting them go to the bathroom for the third time in 10 minutes. It's just going to make the little problem even bigger. And the last thing I want you to do is avoid negative self-talk. I know how easy it can be as moms to always feel like we are failing, to always feel like we could be doing better for our kids. And when our little one isn't sleeping, we feel that it's on us. And so then in our minds, we start getting those thoughts. I'm a failure. Why can't I figure this out? My child should be sleeping. Susie down the street can get her son sleeping. Why can't I get mine? Is that helpful? Is that beneficial? No. You are doing a fabulous job. Sleep can be a complex issue. It can be challenging to figure out exactly how to get your little one sleeping well. So while you are trying, I want you to be kind to yourself. When your little one has a short nap, it's okay. It happens. Children aren't robots. Children are going to go off schedule every once in a while. They're not going to follow things to a T. And that's okay. When they have a short nap or they do not sleep at all, continue with the day and work to the next one. Continue those foundations. If you are consistent with creating a great foundation, they will catch on. They will learn. And you need to be kind to yourself in the process because it is a learning process. If you're potty training your little one and every single time they have an accident, you think, oh my gosh, it's my fault that little Billy didn't get to the potty. I need to make sure every time he gets on the potty. That's not realistic. When Billy's learning to use the potty, He's gonna have accidents. And that's okay. When your child is learning to sleep, he's gonna wake up when he shouldn't. She's gonna have short naps. And that's okay. It is not your fault. You are doing a great job. So continue to create that great foundation and be kind to yourself. Let me know in the comments below which of these 5 things was most surprising to you. Which is something that you are probably going to take and apply to your child's sleep right now. I can guarantee if you take one of these tips or all of these tips and you avoid them, you are going to see a lot of improvement. If you would like further support getting your little one to sleep, go ahead and email me at littlesleepersanddreamers@gmail.com. I would love to connect with you and support you in your child's sleep journey. Since you made it to the end, go ahead, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the alert bell as more videos will be coming your way. I'll see you in the next one. Sweet dreams.